Hi, boys. Welcome to this Daddy Cast with Exploring Insects Week 23, the viper and the scorpion. On the left, we have an illustration of a viper or an adder. You just said, interposed Emil, the bite of the viper and not the sting. Then serpents bite and do not sting. I thought it was just the other way. I have always heard they had a sting. Last Thursday, lame Lewis, who is not afraid of anything, caught a serpent in a hole of the old wall. He had two comrades with him. They bound the creature round the neck with a rush. I was passing and they called me. The serpent was darting from its mouth something black, pointed, flexible, which came and went rapidly. I thought it was the sting, and was much afraid of it. Lewis laughed. He said what I took for a sting was the serpent's tongue, and had to prove it to me. He put his hand near it. Lewis was right, replied Uncle Paul. All serpents dart a very flexible, forked, black filament between their lips with great swiftness. For many purposes it is the reptile's weapon or dart, but in reality this filament is nothing but the tongue, a quite inoffensive tongue, which the creature uses to catch insects and to express, in its peculiar manner, the passions that agitate it by darting it quickly from between the lips. All serpents, without any exception, have one, but in our countries the viper alone possesses the terrible venomous apparatus. This apparatus is composed first of two hooks or teeth, long and pointed, placed in the upper jaw. At the will of the creature, they stand up erect for the attack, or lie down in a groove of the gum, and hold themselves there as inoffensive as a stiletto in its sheath. In that way, the reptile runs no danger of wounding itself. These fangs are hollow and pierced toward the point by a small opening through which the venom is injected into the wound. Finally, at the base of each fang is a little pocket full of venomous liquid. It is an innocent-looking humor. That's an archaic word for fluid from the Latin humorum, for moisture. It is an innocent-looking humor, odorless, tasteless. One would almost think it was water. When the viper strikes with its fangs, the venomous pocket drives a drop of its contents into the canal of its tooth, and the terrible liquid is instilled into the wound. By preference, the viper inhabits warm and rocky hills. It keeps under stones and thickets of brush. It is brown or reddish in color. Here, let's go back and look at it while I read. On the back, it has a somber zigzag band, and on each side a row of spots. Its stomach is slate gray. Its head is a little triangular, larger than the neck, obtuse, and as if cut off in front. The viper is timid and fearful. It attacks man only in self-defense. Its movements are brusque, irregular, and sluggish. The other serpents of our countries, serpents designated by the general name of snakes, have not the venomous fangs of the viper. Their bite, therefore, is not of importance, and the repugnance they inspire in us is really groundless. Next to the viper, there is in France no venomous creature more to be feared than the scorpion. It is very ugly and walks on 8 feet. In front it has two pincers like those of the crayfish, and behind a knotty, curled tail ending in a sting. The pincers are inoffensive, despite their menacing aspect. It is the sting with which the end of the tail is armed that is venomous. The scorpion makes use of it in self-defense, and to kill the insects on which it feeds. In the southern departments of France are found two different kinds of scorpion. One, of a greenish black, frequents dark and cool places, and even establishes itself in houses. It leaves its retreat only at night. It can be seen running on the damp and cracked walls, seeking woodlice and spiders, its customary prey. The other, much larger, is pale yellow. It keeps under warm and sandy stones. The black scorpion's sting does not cause serious injury. That of the yellow may be mortal, deadly. When one of these creatures is irritated, a little drop of liquid can be seen forming into a pearl at the extremity of the sting, which is all ready to strike. It is the drop of venom that the scorpion injects into the wound. There are many other important things I could tell you about the venomous creatures of foreign countries, about diverse serpents whose bite causes a dreadful death, but I hear Mother Ambroisine calling us to dinner. Let us go over rapidly what I have just told you. No creature, however ugly it may be, shoots venom or can do us any harm from a distance. All venomous species act in the same way, with a special weapon. A slight wound is made, and into this wound a drop of venom is introduced. The wound by itself is nothing. It is the injected liquid that makes it painful and sometimes mortal. The venomous weapon serves the creature for hunting and for defense. It is placed in a part of the body that varies according to the species. Spiders have a double fang folded at the entrance of the mouth. Bees, wasps, hornets, and bumblebees have a sting on the end of the stomach and kept invisible in its sheath when in repose. The viper and all venomous serpents have two long hollowed out teeth on the upper jaw. The scorpion carries a sting at the ends of its tail. I am very sorry, said Jules, that Jacques did not hear your account of venomous creatures. He would have understood that caterpillars' green entrails are not venom. I will tell him all these things, and if I find another beautiful sphinx caterpillar, I will not crush it. All right, so I just wanted to talk about something that Uncle Paul said in the story, which is there aren't any, I don't know what, creatures that shoot venom. And I suppose that's true in France, because they said they only have the viper that was poisonous. But I thought, aren't there some snakes that spit venom? So I looked it up real quick here, and there are. There's spitting cobras. But they are all found in Africa and Asia. So probably Uncle Paul at that point in time didn't know about them. Maybe they hadn't been discovered by the French yet. I don't know. The guy who wrote this story, Fabre, lived in the 1800s to the 1900s. I think they would have known about him by then, but I don't know when the story was set. Maybe he was just talking about France. Anyways, it says spitting cobras are any species of venomous snake that can project venom from their fangs, hence the name spitting cobras. This unique ability to project venom with a precise aim is a defensive mechanism found in most cobra species, specifically of the genus Naja, and a few others. Such species of cobras that are recognized for possessing a set of spitting fangs use specialized muscles that contract the venom gland, forcing the venom out through the fangs. So here's a picture of this snake spitting its venom. I think it can blind you. And here's the venom. It can blind you, and I don't know what all else. So if you see one of these guys, move slowly away, I guess. All right, that's the end of Insects with Uncle Paul and Spitting Cobras with Daddy. Talk to you guys later.